All right, hey guys, we're gonna now do 21 to 30. Okay, so number 21, the demand curve for a normal good slopes down for which of the following reasons? This is basically asking you, why is the demand curve downward sloping? Is it because if you increase the price of the good, this makes you buy substitute goods? Yes, right? Because if that's more expensive, I don't buy that one, I buy this. So yes, if we increase the price, this reduces your consumer's purchasing power. If something is more expensive, right, can you buy the same quantity? No, because guess what? It's more expensive and you only had $100. It's more expensive, you have to buy less. So that one's true as well. Is an increase in the price of a good increases your consumer's utility? Is it because if it's more expensive, you have more utility? Actually, no. If it's more expensive, you're probably having less utility because it's more expensive. So D, 1 and 2. Number 22, the relationship in the graph above best illustrates the economic concept of, all right, so we're looking for total output and labor. Is this opportunity cost? No, because we're not giving up something here. We are showing the total output. Is it the diminishing marginal utility in consumption? Well, we're not dealing with consumption here, okay? Are we showing diminishing marginal returns in production? Yes, because guess what? As you hire more labor, marginal product is going down. So that is the diminishing marginal returns in production. Number 23, which of the following statements is true for a perfect competitive firm, but not for a monopoly? So all of these are true for a perfect competition, all right? Is your price equal to marginal revenue? Yes, your price is equal for that and for a monopoly, because anytime you're doing demand, your demand is your average revenue. And how do we find the price for any market? We go up to demand. So that would be our price is our demand. And so your demand is your average revenue. That's true for perfect competition and monopolies. B, the firm cannot affect the market price. Is that true for a perfect competition? Yes, because we cannot affect the market price, all right? But a monopoly, yes, they can. They can make the price. They are a price maker. So the perfect competition cannot change the price. So that's true for perfect competition, but not true for a monopoly, because a monopoly can change its price. Number 24, if a perfectly competitive industry were monopolized without any changes in cost conditions, the price and quantity produced would change in which of the following ways? So to best answer this one, I'm going to be drawing the graph here. Here we have a perfect competition. So this is your demand and your price, marginal cost, and your ATC. Now the ATC, it doesn't matter where you draw, but let's just say we're having here. So this is your perfect competition quantity, and this is your perfect competition price. If this were a monopoly, right, with no change in the cost, all right, so that's your demand, that's your marginal revenue. So now we're doing MR equals MC. So this is my quantity, and this is my price. What happened to quantity? My quantity went from the green to the blue. It went down. And what happened to price? It went from red to blue. So my price goes up. Therefore, because it's a monopoly, you will be increasing the price and decreasing the quantity. So 24 is B. Number 25, in a perfectly competitive industry, the market price of the product is 12. A firm produces a level of output where ATC is 16, the marginal cost is 16, and the average variable cost is 8. To maximize profits, the firm should do what? So the best thing to do with these kind of questions is to write everything out that you know. They gave you the price is 12. They gave you the ATC is 16. They gave you the marginal cost is 16, and they gave you the AVC, which is 8. And the key term here is they said to maximize profits. How do you maximize profits? That's going to be your MR equals MC. Now, this is perfect competition, which means that your price is your marginal revenue. Okay? So what's your marginal revenue in this question? Well, your marginal revenue is 12 because your price is 12. However, is your marginal revenue equal to your marginal cost? It's not. You're actually having a situation where your marginal revenue is 12 and your marginal cost is 16. Because what's happening here is this is your marginal cost, and 16 is here. So at this quantity, your marginal cost is 16 and your price is 12. So how could we maximize profits? Well, we need to be right here. You need to be at the purple. So should we change our price, or should we decrease output to maximize profits? We should decrease the output to get us back to MR equals MC. Okay? So, number 26. When a perfectly competitive firm sells additional units of output, its total revenue will remain constant, increase at a decreasing rate. So basically, how is my total revenue changing when it's a perfect competition? So they're asking, what is my change in total revenue? What is that? Well, that's my marginal revenue. And what's the shape of the marginal revenue for perfect competition? It is a straight line. Does your marginal revenue change? No. So therefore, your total revenue will increase at a constant rate. So 26 is E. Your total revenue will be increasing at a constant rate because your marginal revenue does not change. Number 27. Antitrust legislation is designed to make it illegal for a firm to monopolize an industry. Which of the following best states the economic rationale for this legislation? So why do we not want to have monopolies? Okay, so there's a couple reasons, but one of these is true. So we don't want to have a monopoly because do they produce too little of a good? Yes, right? We're actually having less of the good because of monopoly that minimizes the cost. No, it's not minimizing the cost. Are we producing too little of a good, and are we charging a price that exceeds the marginal cost? Yes, that's true. Remember, a monopoly always does a price greater than marginal cost. Number 28. If the price of a product produced in a competitive market increases, which of the following will most likely occur in the labor market for workers who produce that product? So what happened here? Demand or price goes up. If price goes up, what happened to marginal revenue? It goes up as well. And because we're dealing with the labor market, we're dealing with the MRP. Remember, MRP is your marginal revenue product. So that's going to be marginal revenue times your marginal product. And if marginal revenue goes up, your marginal revenue product goes up. So if your marginal revenue product is going up, this means your demand for labor is going to increase. So number 28 is going to be A. You are going to be demanding labor, and the number of workers hired will increase. Get number 29 here. So on number 29, a factory of production will not earn economic rent when its supply is blank. Basically, if your supply, let's say, looks like this, it's elastic, okay? If you increase your price, then you're going to be increasing your quantity, and then you're going to be able to sell more and make more stuff. So economic rent is possible here. However, what if it was perfectly elastic? Well, if it was perfectly elastic, right, then your price never changes. So since your price never changes, you'll never have economic rent. So 29 will be D. And finally, number 30, whenever the production of a good creates negative externalities, An unregulated market will result in what? So remember, when we're dealing with a negative externality, we have our marginal private benefits and our marginal private cost. Because it's a negative externality, we're going to be having our marginal social cost is going to be higher. So this is your market. This is your market quantity and your market price. This is your social quantity and your social price. So the market, are they producing too little of a good? No, look at the red, look at the blue. They're actually doing too much quantity. Are they doing an optimal amount of a good being produced? No, they're not, because we are doing too much. Are we, the marginal cost is higher than the firm's cost? Yes, that is true, right? Because look, our social cost is up here and our market cost is here. Our social cost is higher. So C. All right, so that was questions 21 to 30. I hope you're really enjoying these videos. Continue on into the next one, which is 31 to 40. So I'll see you there.